friends, my name is Christy. I hope y'all are having a great day. Today I'm going to be answering all the questions that you asked me over on Instagram. I've got a lot of new people, like 200,000 of you in the past 6 months, and like 30 or 40,000 of you in the past 3 weeks on Instagram. That's a lot of new friends and faces, so I want to get you guys up to speed as we're going to be posting tons of fun new videos. These are in no particular order, but I am going to tell you a little bit about us first before I dive into the questions. My name is Christy. I am married to my husband Ed. We have been together for 20 years now and married for 12. We have 5 children whom we adopted through the foster care system at the time in the San Francisco Bay Area, and now we have relocated to Las Vegas 2 years ago. Many different reasons, because we can get a house for less money. It's more diverse over here. We love adventure. We love the location of Vegas because really close to like Utah, Arizona, California, so we can go on lots of little mini trips and vacations because we are super adventurous family, and pretty much every other weekend we are going somewhere for the weekend, and we love it. And my husband works here as well, which really upped our quality of life because he was traveling Monday through Friday and we didn't have daddy during the week, so now we do, and we just have a much happier, better quality of life now that we're all together here. If you guys are not following us on Instagram, make sure you do. I post every single day reels and stories and like mini day in the lives and all sorts of stuff. I provide a lot of adoption support. That is what I love to do. That's my main focus on here, is to help other adoptive parents be better, dig deeper, learn different hairstyles, learn about their heritage, their history, their culture, their ethnicity, and implement it into how they raise their child for the benefit of their child growing up and also going into adulthood, so they feel more in touch with their culture and they feel confident in who they are. Doing so also helps you guys connect with your children. Also, quickly before I get started, I have a website here, ChristyGior.co, that has tons of tools and education all about books and hairstyles, how to tell your child they're adopted, how to navigate birth family relationships, all that at my website below. So if you're an adoptive parent, this is the place to be. Like I said, these are in no particular order. Okay, first question is from Journey Journs on Instagram. Do you do counseling for adopted kids? I am not a counselor. I am not a therapist, but I can help you. If you have a particular scenario you're trying to navigate, message me, let's chat. I'll see if I can give you some support. Does your family believe in God? We do. What is the best part of parenting? So parenting is rough. It's full of a roller coaster of joys and emotions and hardships. We all know that, it's common knowledge. But for me, I think seeing my children evolve and behave better and do better in school or in sports or in anything, just to see their progress, really makes me happy. And I think that's my favorite part of parenting. Do you let your kids have play dates? Absolutely. We are still kind of like new kids on the block here, so I really encourage friendships and relationships with our neighbors and kids at school. I really try to make the time to like meet them after school and have them play at the playground. I always supervise because I'm lightweight, a helicopter mom. I just got a lot of kids, so I just got to make sure I always keep my eyes on them. It's not them that I don't trust, it's like the rest of the world. But yes, we definitely do play dates, but we do have a rule. Our kids are not allowed to go in other kids' houses, like in the neighborhood or friends' houses, things like that. They can play outside, they can play in our house, but unless we really know the family, who's living there, we have a relationship with the parents, we don't let our kids go in other kids' houses. You just never know. Can you post a link to where you order your hair ties from? Yes. I actually am going to be creating a whole highlight reel on Instagram of all my favorite products that I've mentioned in all the videos, tools, products, things like that. So definitely check me out on Instagram, and on my highlight section, there will be like a link called hair links. I will put them there. Will you be doing more YouTube videos? Yes, we've just been really busy lately, but I actually have 2 in the works. I'm finishing editing. They will be out this week. And then I have lots of plans to film a lot more this fall. Routines, how to stay productive with lots of kids, how to be organized, lunch prep, breakfast prep, dinner ideas, all that. So definitely stay tuned and subscribe to check that out. Are the last two girls your biological children? No, my two little girls that are 6 and 7 are not my biological. They are adopted, but they are biological siblings. We get asked this a ton because they are the same mix as my husband and I, kind of. They really do look like us, but no, they're adopted as well. Do you homeschool your beautiful children? No, we did do distant learning, but no, they do go to a private school in person. How did you learn to do the girls' hair? So a lot of people just assume that I learned to do the girls' hair from watching YouTube videos. No, it is a combination of a lot. I will be honest with you, 99% of it is self-taught. It's just trial and error, just figuring out my girls' hair texture and porosity level, and then just like playing around with what works. You know, does coconut oil work? Does castor oil work? You know, does olive oil work or grapeseed oil? Like, I tried everything. I have a cabinet of like tons of products that don't even work on my girls, so I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but it's all trial and error. Yes, I do go on Instagram or Pinterest to get like style ideas, things like that, but majority, I just kind of play and I get creative and I just kind of do it on my own and make up a style as I go. Yes, I have also got tips from Black parents that I was in our adoptive community with that have really, really helped in the very beginning when they were babies. But for the most part, I've learned most of it on my own. What are your children's ages? So Ace and Nevaeh are twins. They are 9.5 years old. Elia is 8.5 years old. And then Lily is 7 and Natalia just turned 6. So yes, they're 6, 7, 8, 9-year-old twins. They are all in a row, the first 4 kids, but Natalia, there is a year skipped in between Lily and Natalia. If you didn't know, I held her back during the pandemic because she didn't get a full year of preschool, and kindergarten distant learning just was not working for her, which seems to be working out really well now. She was already a really young kindergartner, so if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it now. I really want her to be prepared and not struggling in kindergarten. So I definitely think I made a right choice there. Are you close to Providence? I don't know where Providence is. Is that a city? Not sure. Do you braid your girls' hair yourself? Yes, I do braid, but I cannot cornrow. I do have a friend that comes to the house and helps me out when the girls want cornrows, but yes, I can braid. All right, had to switch the laundry real quick. Okay, how do you stay sane with multiple kids? I'm a new stepmom of 3 right now, and I need wine. There is no secret sauce. I'm sorry, I don't have the magic pill. For me, I am not always sane. I probably only pick up the camera during the sane moments in my life. I think a lot of people don't realize that. They see like portions of people's lives and thinks that it's like all put together and just like blends and works and flows like perfectly. No, it's not like that. I don't have time to pick up in the camera when unfortunately I'm giving my child a consequence, or I'm rattling my brain trying to find my keys for the 3rd day in a row, you know? So no, I don't always keep it together, but for me, structure and schedule keeps me sane because I am a little scatterbrained and I am very impulsive, and I'm like, oh, I gotta get online and order this, and I'll go do it, and I'll forget about my responsibility over there, and it's just, I'm all over the place. I'm a spaz case. So for me, the block schedule is amazing, and every hour has a purpose. Like for example, if it's homework time, I put down my phone, because if I try to go on Instagram or try to go on YouTube or try to answer my emails when I'm trying to do my kids' homework, I'm gonna get overwhelmed and it's gonna be too much, and I'm not gonna be able to help my kids as well as I thought. So I really suggest just getting your routine, getting a schedule, sticking to it, having a purpose for every hour of the day so that you can be productive and stay sane. Be safe out there. How do you make it look so easy? Again, just routines. And if you guys want, leave me a comment down below. Tell me you want to see that, and I'll do more of like what I do in my routines to stay on track and stay sane. When are you going to do another night routine? So I do have that on the schedule for September. I was going to do a morning routine first, and then I'll post a evening routine like later in that week, and I'm hoping to be able to film them this week. Hair care tips when swimming. Wear a swim cap. Let's just avoid everything else of like having all the product drain out of the hair and then having to like take it out and redo it. Just wear a swim cap. But I will make a whole video of like more in depth what I do from start to finish if their hair does get wet in the pool, how I care for it and how I'm gentle and do things in a certain way that will help like not have breakage. But you know what? Biggest tip of all, wear a swim cap. What made you switch the kids from a public school to a private school? So there's just a lot of stuff going on right now with my district's public school. They are good public schools in my area. I love the principals, I love the teachers, and we actually initially went to one, but there's just a lot of things going on. I heard that they're going to be striking and they may be going to distant learning, and my kids thrive better. We thrive better as a family when our kids actually get up and go to school, and then we can have that quality time after school as a family without the roles of me being a teacher and a mom. I just really prefer all of us do our kids go to school. Also, I love the structure. A couple of my kids particularly I felt like would do better in a private school environment with a certain structure and curriculum that they have versus the public school. And I don't want my kids to be split up in different schools. So we're going to try this year, and we're going to assess and figure out what's best for our family, and then decide if we want to go back to the public school that we were in before, or if we want to stay in the private school. Another reason is because this private school goes all the way through high school, and our middle school and our high school is a lot further. We don't have one close by, so it makes sense to like switch them into a school now that they can stay out throughout. And I love that they have uniforms. I love that they have particular teachers that I was interested in, and I really like their schedule. They go to school earlier. I drop them off at like 7:20 in the morning, and that just works for us because we are more of like a get up and go type of family in the morning. I know, super rare, but it just works well for us. Okay, so here is an interesting one. I've never touched bases on this before. If one of your kids is in the future, if one of your kids in the future would like the same sex, would you accept that child? Absolutely. There is no doubt about it. I don't care. My love does not change for my child, whether they're bi or they're gay or they're trans or whatever they want to call themselves, whatever it like. You can't help who you love, and there's no issues in our family with that. So no, we have no problem with it at all. How is it being an adoptive parent? Just like a normal parent. Things are obviously a little bit more complicated, and you know, in the beginning, and especially if you adopted a child of a different nationality, there's a huge learning curve. You know, you've got to learn about their culture and their ethnicity and their hair texture and their skin, what works for them versus what works for you. There's a lot. There also is having to think about biological family and how you can try to keep those connections. There's a lot, but you love them the same, and we're just as much parents as anyone else. How did you get into adoption? I plan on making a whole video on it, but we actually didn't plan on adopting. It just kind of fell in our laps. So I'll definitely talk about that in another video, and if I make it right after this one, I will go ahead and put it in the description. Does your biological family of your babies try to break basic rules and regulations, basically overstepping their boundaries? No. I have not had this problem at all. How do you get styles to last longer? Mine seem to only last 7 days. So it really depends on the protective style that you're doing. The smaller the braids, the smaller the twists, it's going to last longer. So if you're just doing, you know, bigger twists or bigger braids or bigger styles, it's definitely gonna need more upkeep more regularly. But there also is some maintenance you can do in between. I like to oil the scalp every 2 days and kind of like touch up the edges to make it last a little bit longer. I will even go into the extreme to try to make my kids' hairstyles last longer, because I am a busy mama with 4 girls. So if I do like a bunch of twists or a bunch of braids, sometimes if the back is still looking good, I will just like redo the front to try to get the style to last longer. Does anyone else do that? How do you trim your girls' hair? So I dust my girls' hair every couple months. I usually try to do it at least every new season, but sometimes it needs it every couple months. I just do a little dusting. I just straighten it as much as possible. Before I used to like straighten it really straight and then trim it to try to get it more accurate, but you know, I don't really try as hard anymore because it's really damaging the heat. So I just use the Rev Air. I actually have a video of how I dusted the hair. I will put it down below. Have you ever felt like you're being bullied by a social worker, and how do you handle it? Not really, because I did work for the adoption foster care agency, so they were kind of like coworkers. We worked together. I really felt like it was a team, but there was a situation that I talked about in a video where a social worker from the county I felt was kind of giving me an ultimatum, like if I don't take another child, they're gonna take these kids out of my home, if I don't keep siblings together. It's a whole story. I just felt like it was kind of like she was putting me in a corner, but not necessarily bullied. After you do braids or twists in the girl's hair, do you do touch-ups? Yes, I explained it a second ago. There's a lot of really sweet comments. There was a lot of questions, but there's also people saying like, hey, I love you guys. I love watching you. Keep it going. So thank you guys. I really appreciate that support. How do you manage a big family? Schedules, routines, meal planning ahead of time, all that just kind of works together. Are you planning to do any meal prep videos anytime soon? Yes. Tomorrow I have a make ahead breakfast video that I'm going to be posting. It's kind of like a little cook with me, how I make big batches of warm breakfast ahead of time so my kids can just heat it up in the morning before school. And I do plan on doing one with like maybe like 10 easy affordable dinner recipes for families on the go. Do Tolly and Lily ever see their little sisters? When we did live in the San Francisco Bay Area, yes, they did see her quite often. They have not seen her in the past year, but we are going to visit in a couple weeks and we are planning to see them then. But we do keep in contact, and it's both really, really important with us that we keep the relationship and the connection there. Would you foster again? Absolutely. I think the reason why we closed our foster care license wasn't because we were moving, because we could easily start it up here. It was just because we really wanted to concentrate on our family. It was hard to give 100% of my love to my children that I committed to when I had this revolving door with a lot of other foster children coming in. It was really difficult, so we wanted to celebrate like us as a family unit, our forever family, for a couple years before we maybe get into it again. I don't know, we've been talking about maybe when the kids are a little bit older. I can definitely see my husband and I fostering again. And then probably the most asked question is, will you adopt again, or will you have a biological child? I have been hinting to you guys for a long time, like not on purpose, but yeah, we do feel like we still have love to give. I do feel like there will be another child or two, whether it be biological or foster to adopt. But yes, we do feel like we still have some love and we're capable of having another little one enter our home and enter our forever family. Can we see more baby pictures of all of your children? Yeah, sure. I will share them on Instagram. So go ahead and follow me there and I will make it a point to start sharing some more baby pictures of them. What is your favorite memory so far this year? Hands down, going to Disneyland in the RV. Like, we had the time of our lives. I have never seen my children so well behaved. They were just so excited to spend that quality time, and it was amazing because even my youngest was 5 at the time, a couple months ago. We were able to get on every ride. So I had like no diaper bags, anything. If you guys did see the video, I vlogged it all 3 days at Disneyland. We did have a stroller and everyone was like, oh my God, you have a baby? No, it was really, really hot, over 100 there. So we actually kept huge canisters of water and snacks and we put that in the stroller and we just strolled it around because we didn't want to carry it. So that made sense for us. What is the biggest misconception about you? I don't know. Do you guys have any thoughts about me that may be misconceptions? Leave them in the comments below. Maybe I'll make a whole new video about misconceptions. Do you want to adopt more kids in the future? This is like #1 question. Will you ever adopt again? Looking back, would you do things the same way? Absolutely. Because if I did anything differently, my babies may not be my babies. So I have no regrets. Does Natalia still use a stroller? See, told you guys. No, she doesn't. Hardest unexpected thing about adopting children of a different race. So if you adopt a child of a different ethnicity or a different cultural background, what I like to call it, just be prepared to admit you don't know everything. Learn more, ask more questions, implement, empathize, teach your kids, get those books, learn from others, be open, and just absorb it all so that you can teach your own children. And I think the hardest thing for me was others. I didn't realize that others would have so many opinions about our family. And that's not a bad thing. Everyone has their own opinion, but that's one thing that I just wasn't really prepared for. Do their birth parents watch your channel? I know for sure that one of the birth moms watches our channel. I know for sure. And I'm totally okay with it. I think it's actually kind of cool that she can like be involved and connect with us in this way. And I remember she'll like message me and be like, oh my God, I saw this, she looks so cute today, her hair looks so cute today, or oh my gosh, those shoes that she got were so cute, or I love that book too that you read to them. I think it's a really cool way that she's able to like see our lives that way, and I think it's cool. I have no problem with it. Would you rather have super strength or super speed? I don't know, super speed so I can get everything done? I think super speed, because my husband can just lift what I can't, right? How many kids did you have before Gigi came into your home? Ooh, I don't know exactly. We fostered a lot of kids when Gigi was little. Like when the twins and Gigi were like 2 to 4, that's the time when we had a lot of kids coming in the home before Tolly and Lily came. So we had 37 foster kids total. So I would say that like 2/3 of them were after Gigi already came. When you started fostering, did you take teens after the twins adoption? Did that change? We did had some teens when the twins were little. We decided that it was not appropriate and not a good time to have teens when we had little ones. It was just really, really challenging with the different dynamics, and I think it was just hard. We eventually set on just fostering little ones under 5 because it really worked with our own children's dynamic, and we're able to do activities and do things with them all together, and it was much more age appropriate. Is it weird when people see you out and about? Kinda, yeah. We saw 3 different people in Disneyland. They came up to us and they, you know, they said, hey, they want to take a picture. They said they watched us, and I love it. I think it's really cool because I love to interact and meet you guys. But initially I was just like, oh really, you watch my show? But I'm like, wait, it's fine. It's just different. It's strange. Sometimes it catches me off guard. I mean, we went to like Adventure Dome and someone came up to us, and we went to Fremont Street, more of these touristy areas, and people see us. But overall, if you see us, come say hi. We're just normal, regular people that just happen to share our lives on social media. Could you do a love story video of you and Ed? I've talked about this a lot, and I've actually asked him, like, would you sit down and do like a how we met love story type of thing? And he says yes, but we've just been so busy and he works out of the home a lot. So we'll definitely find time within the next month to record that. Are you still doing room makeovers? Yes, I just ordered a rug. We're gonna be doing Tolly and Lily's room makeover this month. It's gonna be rainbow themed, super sweet, super cute. I'm trying to take advantage of them being young as much as possible, so definitely we're going to be sharing that shortly on our YouTube channel. Are the 2 youngest girls twins? All your kids are beautiful. Thank you so much. No, they are not twins. They are 13 months apart. Do the older 2 girls and Ace have the same mother? They look like triplets. No, Ace and Nevaeh are twins, and Gigi is 7 months younger. She's from a different family. But it's so amazing how they were all like meant to be. Like they just are meant to be. What kind of camera do you vlog with, and what program do you use to edit? I vlog with a Canon G7X, Mark G7X. I love it because it has like a screen and I can see myself, and it just makes it a lot easier to make sure that it's in focus and all that. And I also use my phone a lot too. A lot. I use my phone a lot actually when I'm out and about, because with a lot of kids trying to wrangle them, it's really hard to hold a camera, so I use my phone a lot. I do use iMovie editing software on the Mac, but I don't like it. I'm trying to upgrade to Final Cut Pro. I'm just cheap and I haven't taken the plunge to purchase it yet, but yeah, that's the goal. What is your favorite color? Green. I am a huge like forest deep green fan. I do love white, I do love black, a little rose gold here and there, but green is like my all-time favorite. Do you plan on doing Vlogmas this year? No. I did Vlogmas 2 years ago, and it was like straight up burnout, and I didn't enjoy the holidays, so I will never do Vlogmas ever again. I do want to do something really fun this year, like a 12 days of Christmas thing. I've actually already started reaching out to brands because I want to do giveaways. I love doing giveaways around the holidays. They're so fun and interactive. Not only is it a way for me to connect with you guys, but it's exciting to get gifts. So I want to do 12 days of Christmas or 12 holiday days, or I don't know. I'll think of something cute where I will do 12 days of giveaways on Instagram, and I will do 12 holiday videos on my YouTube. And I just love the holidays. I love pumpkin spice lattes and pumpkins and decorating my home and like making soup on those fall days. I want to do lots of holiday stuff because Christmas is definitely my favorite. So if you guys want to see like decorating type videos or vlogs of what we do to celebrate Christmas, I want to do ice skating and going on like the lighted adventures and all that stuff, let me know if you want to see that, and definitely subscribe. I am going to make a part 2 because I have about 26 more questions that have nothing to do with what I just talked about. So I will make a part 2, but this is getting a little bit long and I got to pick up my kids from school soon. So stay tuned for the next one. I appreciate you guys being here. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.